As a Fall River Electric Cooperative owner member, you may have read articles about how more and more electricity is being used in our country and how much more is intended to be used. You've also seen on your monthly bill the three types of charges for your energy use. But what's the charge for demand? Demand is essentially the measurement of the maximum amount of electricity measured in kilowatts being used at one time in your billing cycle. You could also use the same total amount of electricity in kilowatt hours as your neighbor on any given day. But if you're using most of that electricity at the same time, your demand is going to be higher than your neighbor's. Here's an example. On Tuesday, Clark gets home a little after 5 p.m. and turns up the thermostat on his electric furnace, turns on the electric oven to cook dinner, turns on the clothes dryer, and heads toward the television while clicking on the space heater by the recliner so he can watch TV while dinner cooks. Clark uses 18 kilowatts of power since he's using all of these things at virtually the same time for that day's peak energy use. Now let's look at Connie's house on the same day. Connie gets home a little after 5 p.m. and since she has a smart thermostat, her furnace has already brought the home to her desired temperature and has turned off. She now cooks dinner in her electric oven from 5 to 6 p.m. She turns the clothes dryer on from 6 to 7, and from 7 to 8 she watches television. Because Connie did not use her furnace while cooking or drying clothes, and didn't use a space heater while she watched television, she's used only a peak of about 10 kilowatts of electricity for the same day. If Connie constantly spreads out her electricity use throughout the day, she'll keep her peak kilowatt usage lower. Your cooperative has the capacity to power all of the members' homes and businesses during high demand times. However, that high demand of electricity is provided to your co-op at a higher cost and also requires more infrastructure investments in power lines, power poles, and eventually more substations. If members are mindful of spreading out their use of electricity, it can help the co-op save on infrastructure and power costs from our wholesalers, thus helping to keep rates to you, our members, lower. At Fall River Electric Cooperative, we have a demand charge as a price signal to encourage members to spread out their electricity use and help keep the cost of increased electricity needs down. Your demand charge is measured in 15-minute increments and resets at the start of each new billing period. Here's how the demand charge would affect Clark and Connie. In our previous example, Clark's demand peaked at 18 kilowatts and Connie's demand peaked at 10 kilowatts on the same day. Assuming this was each of their highest demand in their billing cycle, Clark's demand cost would be much higher than Connie's since she spread out her usage of electricity over a greater time frame. You're only charged for the single highest demand usage in any 15-minute period during your monthly billing cycle. We've added some new tools to our website to help you understand and manage demand. Now you can log on to your online account, see your peak demand daily chart. As you hover your mouse over the day of the highest demand, you can see not only how much demand you used that day, but also the exact time your demand peaked. Your online link at fallriverelectric.com/demand-resources has lots of tools you can use to help control your demand, including a demand calculator to see what household uses draw the most demand. Call a friendly member services representative during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, at 800-632-5726 to learn how you can lower your demand. Demand is just another way Fall River Electric Cooperative helps you control your energy use and cost.